I had like the paparazzi cameras. I nearly had an epileptic fit from that. Dude, I nearly fucking lost my brain.
Some of y'all might know Die Antwoord, and some of y'all won't, but they blew up and went viral in the early 2010s as a result of some crazy music videos, heavily featuring surreal and disturbing images. There are also a number of disturbing rumors surrounding the two members of the group and the people around it. Danny Brown recently spoke about his own experience with one of the members of the group. We'll also get into how Ninja has responded to the whole thing so far. So we're about to go down the rabbit hole of who they are, where they come from, and why they've been canceled about 1,000 times, and what the most recent allegation they've been accused of. Die Antwoord is a South African rap-rave group from Cape Town. They've been active for a while. The two members of the group are Ninja and Yolandi Visser. Their real names are Watkin Tudor Jones and Anri du Toit. Their first album dropped back in 2009, and despite the album itself not really breaching the mainstream, the music video for Enter the Ninja soon went viral. Ninja and Yolandi have also been active in other groups beforehand, such as MaxNormal.tv. While they've been highly successful even outside of their native South Africa, they're still kinda on the fringes of mainstream music. A major reason for that is probably just their aesthetic. They put out a very specific style that only really exists in South Africa, called Zef. It's a little bit hard to pin down, but it's like a subculture mostly made up of poor people living in the country. The band has described it as a kind of embracing of trashiness, poverty, and all the things that make rich people look down on the poor. All that is well and good, but they also been frequently called out for appropriating culture for using the image. You can definitely see that during the days of the Constructus Corporation or MaxNormal.tv. They weren't really like that. They were clean-cut and straight-laced. It was only when they were putting together Die Antwoord that they decided they'd embrace the Zef subculture. They also had a weird kind of complex about Zef, saying it wouldn't exist if not for them. When they've been asked about whether or not they're playing characters or doing some kind of performance art, they always give some vague philosophical answer about identity and how they aim to constantly be shifting and shocking the public. Sometimes they've gone way too far with that whole shock element. They've used Blackface multiple times in their videos, and that mixed with the whole Zef thing has earned them tons of backlash. Like, first of all, they've been called culture vultures because of the whole Zef thing. Then on the topic of Blackface, that's just wrong wherever you're at. It's not like it's okay to do in South Africa for some reason. Yolandi wears blackface in the music video for Fatty Boom Boom, a track off their sophomore album. The video is supposed to be a parody of Western culture, but the whole thing doesn't really translate. The blackface means that whatever point they were trying to make doesn't really land. In the music video for Ugly Boy, a character once again appears in blackface, sporting an afro wig and a hoodie that says, "Hello, my name is God." There are also tons of celebrity cameos in the video. As awful as all of this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Die Antwoord. There's almost too much to cover in just one video. That being said, I suppose the next best thing to talk about would be the whole Ziana Sparks situation. In 2019, an Australian musician came forward to talk about her experiences with Ninja and Yolandi. She did this right after filing a police report accusing Ninja of some pretty awful stuff. According to Sparks, she first came into contact with Ninja and Yolandi back in 2013. Ninja and Yolandi started messaging Sparks online, and it's important to keep in mind that Ninja and Yolandi had just broken up. Their relationship has been pretty weird. They dated for a while and are now just more or less in a working relationship. So anyway, Ninja allegedly became obsessive about her and eventually flew her out to South Africa. When she got there, Sparks claimed that her drink was spiked and that Ninja took advantage of her. Things got so bad that she blacked out and lost consciousness completely. Shortly after that, another artist came out to make an allegation against Ninja, saying that she had an eerily similar experience with him in Italy. She said that he inappropriately touched her and continued to do so even after she asked him to stop. He denied all the allegations through his publicist, saying, "I can't believe that the media is spending its time pursuing these wild and unsubstantiated stories from people who have an obvious agenda and animus against me." Then there's the whole situation with Toki, who lived with Ninja and Yolandi from childhood as an adopted son. Toki and a news outlet by the name of News24 put a video together which Toki was interviewed about growing up with the members of Die Antwoord. Toki suffers from an extremely rare skin condition, which gives him an abnormal appearance. According to him, the members of Die Antwoord saw that he looked different and decided that they needed him. They came to the small town he lived in and were able to convince his mother to allow them to adopt him. From then on out, they used Toki as a prop in music videos, molding him into something they could use to further their out-there personas. Other than that, they weren't super active in Toki's life. They paid nannies to raise him most of the time. Perhaps most disturbingly though, they convinced Toki he was the king of hell when he was just a small child. Eventually, Ninja told Toki that he should stand up for himself instead of letting his brother pick on him. This resulted in Toki attacking his brother with a sharp object. So what did Die Antwoord do about this? They filmed a music video that prominently featured Toki coming at someone else with a knife. Die Antwoord once again released a statement denying the whole thing went down like that. They framed Toki as an addict that they had to cut off when he wouldn't stop spending the money they gave him on substances. They also said that he was in league with an ex-videographer who worked on tours with them to defame their good name. They claim that the whole thing is a big scheme for both of them to get money out of him. Their statement said Die Antwoord respond to statements made by Ben Crossman, Toki, and News 24. Due to Ninja and Yolandi's wild stage performance and psychologically penetrative music, Die Antwoord has been accused by their haters for just about every crime known to mankind. With fame comes stalkers. Die Antwoord's #1 stalker became a man called Ben Crossman, an ex-South African currently living in France. Ben used to work for Die Antwoord as a tour cameraman until he got fired for being permanently stoned on the job. Ever since then, Ben has dedicated his life to creating slander campaigns about Die Antwoord. Ben spends his days doctoring video footage of Ninja and Yolandi to make them seem like bad people. He then posts these doctored videos online, accompanied by an ongoing campaign of fake news and hate speech directed at Die Antwoord and their family. There have been more than a few scandals here and there, but the one that we just discussed was the bulk of it. Now that we know a little more about who Ninja and Yolandi are, we can get into Danny Brown's story. He recently appeared on Two Bears, One Cave to just kind of hang out and talk with Tom Segura while Bert Kreischer was on tour. That being said, he kind of got into some heavy territory. He tells Tom that he did a show in Paris while Die Antwoord was there. Ninja reached out online to tell him he was going to come to the show. Danny Brown asked if he needed to know where it was, and Ninja just replied saying, "No, I'll find you." While Brown was performing, Ninja crowd surfed straight up to the stage. Then after the show, Ninja invited him to a big party at a nightclub. Once Danny got there, he started throwing back a few drinks. That's when Ninja approached him. Ninja climbed up onto Danny Brown's lap and started trying to kiss him, despite Brown telling him he wasn't interested. Brown said he was single and experimenting at the time, but that Ninja came on way too aggressive and he wanted nothing to do with it. He also said that Ninja offered to take him home so that Yolandi, he, and Danny could have some fun. Brown once again shot him down. After that, Ninja asked Brown where his hotel was, and Brown once again shot him down, refusing to tell him. Once again, Ninja just said, "I'll find you." After this, Brown started throwing back more and more drinks, eventually falling down a flight of stairs because he was so shaken up. He also got back to his hotel room and began plotting about what would happen if Ninja actually showed up at his hotel room that night. He decided that if he did show up, there would definitely be an altercation. Danny said, "Ninja tried to f me. I was scared. He always throw Yolandi on you. I think that's how he been f***ing dudes. Them though. Them. I could have canceled cuz. Me too. I was Ninja. He know I ain't lying." That's what started making me pound drinks, cause I'm like, I might have to this dude tonight because this guy knocked on my hotel room door, bro. It's gonna be a big deal. It's gonna be a thing. That would have been a fight, but I'm in Paris. I wanna be in a Parisian jail. Bro, do you know what jail is like for me in Paris? It's gonna be crazy. So I'm shell-shocked, like, this guy's really doing this? Since the whole thing was so recent, Ninja hasn't exactly gone back to Danny Brown just yet. That being said, if the way he's handled all his other major scandals is any clue as to how he'll address this, Ninja will probably just deny the entire thing and pin the whole thing on whatever the woke mind virus is. But maybe he'll actually take issue with Danny Brown and put a diss out. I guess only time's gonna tell. But what y'all think about all this though? I mean, obviously, with how many accusations they've led against him, it would just be insane to think that everyone's lying about Ninja and Yolandi. Let us know what you think down below in the comments. And as always, don't forget to keep it RIZZLE. Oh, and if you like this story, you should be sure to go ahead and peep this one next.